took 300 seconds. Roughing winds up. Roughing pitches. Blow it outside. Ball 3. Come on, Red. Make him a hitter. No bad there. No hit time, Red.
Kate, please. My head is splitting. I've told that boy 109 times. Eugene, stop banging the wall.
In a minute, Mom. The roughing winds up. Roughing pitches. Oh, no. Ball 4. Jojo Moore walks and now moves up to the plate.
Can't he do that someplace else? I'll break his arm. That's where he'll do it. Eugene, I'm not going to tell you again. Do you hear me?
Come on, Mom. One pitch. Melissa. This is a crucial moment in World Series history.
Your Aunt Blanche has a splitting headache. Doesn't have to stop playing. It's just the banging.
He always does it when I'm studying. I have a big history test tomorrow. Come on, Mom. One pitch. I think I can get him to pop up. I got my stuff today.
Your father will give you plenty of stuff when he gets home. You hear?
All right.
I want you inside now. Put out the water glasses. I can do that. Why? Is his arm broken? And I don't want any back talk. You hear?
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. Today's game will be delayed because of my Aunt Blanche's headache.
Blanche, that's enough sewing already. I just have this one edge to finish. Laurie, darling, help on Kate in the kitchen.
2 more pages, all right, Mom? I have to finish the Macedonian Wars.
Always studying that one. She's going to have some head on her shoulders. Eugene!
I'm coming.
And wash your hands.
They're clean. I'm wearing a glove. I hate my name. Eugene Morris Jerome. It's the second worst name ever given to a male child. First worst is Haskell Fleischman. How am I ever going to play for the Yankees with a name like Eugene Morris Jerome? That'd be a Joe or a Tony or a Frank. If only I was born Italian. All the best Yankees are born Italian. My mother makes spaghetti with ketchup. What chance do I got? I'm almost finished, Mom.
That's good. Don't get up too quickly, dear. You have better color today, sweetheart. Did you get some sun this morning?
I walked down to the beach.
Very slowly, I hope.
Yes, Mom.
That's good.
She gets all this special treatment because the doctor said she got some kind of a blood in her heart. I got hit right in the back of the skull with a baseball. I was on 2 million for a week. I still have to carry a block of vitamin every afternoon. Girls are treated like queens. Maybe that's what I should have been born. An Italian girl.
Eugene.
What?
How many times have I told you not to leave your things around the house?
109. What? You said, I told you not to leave your things around the house 109 times.
Oh, don't you be fresh to your mother, Jean.
Was I fresh? I swear to God, that's what she told me yesterday. When he says I'm going to put this in a book or a play, I'll be a writer like Ring Gardner. That's if things don't work out with the Yankees, or the Red Sox, or the Cubs, maybe the Tigers. If I get down to St. Louis Browns, then I'll definitely become a writer. Mom, can I have a glass of lemonade?
It'll spoil your dinner, darling. A small glass. It couldn't hurt her. All right, I'll get it in a minute. I'll get it. I'm in the kitchen anyway.
Can you believe that? She better have a bad heart. I'm going to kill her. Look, I hope you don't repeat this to anyone. What I'm telling you are my secret memoirs. They're called The Unbelievable and Truly Fantastic Memoirs of I, Eugene Morris Jerome. In this, the 13th year of his life, in the year 1937, in the community of Brighten Beach, borough of Brooklyn, Kings County, New York, Empire State of the American nation.
A roller skate on my kitchen floor? Do you want to see me dead? Is that what you want?
I'm not going to leave it there.
No? Who then? Laurie? Aunt Blanche? Have you ever seen them on skates? Put this down in your room. Come here.
Don't on my scalp. I got a concussion.
What would you tell your father if he came home and he found me dead on the kitchen floor?
I'd say, don't go in the kitchen, Pop. See why I write this all down? In case I go twisted and warped the world into why.
He's a boy. He's young. we were girls. It was Ben and Ezra that drove Mama crazy. I've always been like that. I have to have things clean, just like Mama. The day they left the house in Russia, she packed that house and she cleaned it from top to bottom. She said no matter what the Cossacks did to us, when they broke into her house, they would have respect for the Jews.
Who are the Cossacks?
The same filthy bunch that live across the street.
Across the street? You mean the Murphys?
All of them.
The Murphys are Russian?
The mother's very nice. She's always been sweet to me.
Her windows are so filthy, I thought she had black curtains hanging inside.
I've been in there. It's very neat and clean. Nobody could be as clean as you, Kate.
What business did you have in that house?
She invited me in for tea.
To meet that drunken son of hers.
No, it was just the two of us.
I'm living here 7 years. She's never invited me to tea. It's because of your situation. I know they're kind. Remember what Mama always said? Stay on your own side of the street. That's what they make gutters for.
Anyway, I think I need new glasses.
Our teacher said you should change them every 2 years.
It wouldn't kill you to turn on a light.
I don't need to run up electric bills. I owe you and Jack enough as it is.
Do you hear me asking for anything? Do you see anyone starving around here? And if I was hungry, you'd give me something from your plate.
I plan to pay you back. I don't know when, Kate, but I keep my word.
From your lips to the Irish sweepstakes. Go taste the soup. See if it needs more salt.
Should I put out the water glasses, or is Eugene gonna do it?
Eugene! I'm not telling you again. Just put out the napkin, sweetheart.
Because of her condition, I have twice so much work around here. If I can see the Yankees, I can see Petersburg this winter. Her sister Nora's into bed. So look at this. To be absolutely honest, this is the year that I started noticing girls
things like that, Lori.
Can I hear what the girl has to say? Go ahead, Doc.
Okay, here it goes. I'm going to be in a Broadway show. It's a musical called Abracadabra. This man, Mr. Beckman, he's a producer, and he came to our dancing class this afternoon, and he picked out 3 girls. We have to be at the Hudson Theater on Monday morning to audition for the dance director. But on the way out, he took me aside and said the job was as good as mine. I have to call him tomorrow. I may have to go into town to talk to him about it. They start rehearsing a week from Monday, and then it comes to Philadelphia, Wilmington, and Washington. And then it comes to New York the second week in December. There are going to be 9 big musical numbers, and there's going to be this big tank on stage that you can see through, and the big finale all takes place with the entire cast all underwater. I mean, can you believe it? I'm going to be in a Broadway show, Mama.
What is she talking about?
Do I know? Am I her mother?
How are you going to be in a Broadway show? Don't you have to sing? I can sing. No, you can't. A little. No, you can't. I can carry a tune. No, you can't. Well, I probably won't have to. They're just looking for dancers. On Broadway, you have to sing. How do you know? You never saw a Broadway show.
Did you tell him how old you were?
He didn't ask me.
He didn't ask if you were 16?
He just asked me to audition. My God, isn't anybody excited? I am. It's the most incredible news I ever heard in my entire life. Thanks, Eugene. I'm glad somebody's excited. My God, I'm only sleeping right next door to a showgirl.
How are you going to go to Philadelphia? What about school?
School, Mama, this is a Broadway show. This is what I want to do with my life. Algebra and English isn't going to help me on stage. Aren't? Will you stay out of this?
You mean not finish school? Not get a high school diploma? How are you going to get a job without a diploma?
But I've got a job, and I'd be making more money than 10 girls with diplomas. But you don't have it yet. You still have to audition. It's as good as mine. Mr. Beckman told me.
What if you broke, God forbid, broke a leg? Or what if you got heavy? How long do you think they're going to keep you? Dancing is for a few years. A diploma is forever. I know. I never had one. Kate knows. Tell her, Kate. It's very hard.
Then why did you send me to dancing school for 3 years? Why do I spend 2 hours a day on a subway, 4 days a week after school, with money that you make going half blind over a broken sewing machine? Why, Mama?
Because it's my pleasure. Because I know how you love it.
Then I'm asking you something else, Mama. Let me do something for you now. I could be making almost $60 a week, maybe even more. I wouldn't make that much with a college diploma.
I can't think right now. It's too close to dinner. We'll wait for Uncle Jack to come home.
I have to know now, Mama. I have to call Mr. Beckman and let him know if I can go to the audition or not. At least let me audition. Let me find out first if they think I'm good enough. Please don't say no until Monday. It was a tense moment for everybody. I love tense moments. Especially when I'm not the one they're all tense about.
Well, God knows we can use the money. We owe Aunt Kate and Uncle Jack enough as it is. But I think they should have as much say in this as I do. How do you feel about it, Kate?
Me? I never voted in my whole life. I'm not going to start with my own family. I have to heat up the potatoes.
Then we'll let Uncle Jack make the decision.
Why, Mama? I love him, but he's not my father.
Because I don't always know what the right thing to do is. Because I say so, that's why.
Eugene M. Drove of New York cast 1 vote for yes. What I'm about to tell you now is so secret and private, I left instructions in my memoirs not to be opened until 30 years after my death. I, Eugene M. Drove, have committed a mortal sin by lusting after my cousin Nora.
Greenblatt's and get me a nice fresh rye bread.
I went this morning.
So you go again this afternoon.
All they ever do is go to the store. When I grow up, all I'm going to be trained to do is go to the store.
You don't want to go? That's all right. I'll go.
now and ask him what to do. 1 3-minute call to heaven is all I ask.
Why ask Mom? She talks to him every night.
Who told you that?
She did. Every night before she goes to bed, she puts his picture in a pillow and talks to him. Then she pulls the blanket halfway up the picture and goes to sleep.
She does not.
She does too. Last year when I had the big fever, I slept in bed with the both of them. In the middle of the night, my face fell in his picture and I cut my nose.
She never told me that. That's weird.
I don't remember him much anymore. I used to remember him real good, but now he disappears a little bit every day.
God, he was so handsome. He always dressed so dapper. His shoes always shined. I used to think he should have been a movie star like Gary Cooper, only very short. Mostly I remember his pockets.
Pocket?
When I was 6 or 7, he would bring me home a little surprise like a Hershey's or a top. He would tell me to go get in his coat pocket, so I'd run to the closet and I'd put my hand in, and it felt as big as a tent. I wanted to crawl in there and go to sleep, and there were all these terrific things in there like juicy fruit gum and spearmint lifesavers and bits of cellophane and crumpled pieces of tobacco and nickels and pennies and rubber bands and paper clips and his gray suede gloves that he wore in the wintertime.
With the stitched lines down the fingers, I remember.
And then I found his coat in Mom's closet. And I put my hands in the pocket. And it was empty and dry cleaned and it felt cold. And that's when I knew he was really dead. God, I wish we had a place of our own. I hate being a boarder. Listen, let's make a pact. The first one who makes enough money promises not to spend any on herself, but saves it to buy a house for you and me and Mom. That means every penny we get from now on, we save for the house. We can't buy anything. No lipstick or magazines or nail polish or bubblegum. Nothing. Is it a pact?
Well, what about movies?
Movies too.
Starting when?
Starting today, starting right now.
We start Sunday. I want to see The Thin Man.
Who's in it?
William Howell and Myrna Loy.
Okay, starting Sunday. I'll go with her on Saturday.
Sid Lockman of Columbia waits for the snap from center. The snow is coming down in a mere blizzard. He gets in, he gets back, he passes, and Lockman's got it. He's got his own pass. He's on 50, the 40, 30, 20. Touchdown! And Sid Lockman beats the mighty Bears at Harvard. Third snip 12. Listen to that crowd roar. Yay!
Eugene, stop that yelling. I have a cake in the oven.
Hey, Eugene.
Oh, hi, Stan. My brother Stan. He's okay. You like him? No. Did you ask about the tickets?
What tickets?
For the Yankee game. You said your boss told this guy to get us passes. Can't you ask him?
No. Me and my boss have other things to talk about. I'm in trouble, Eugene. I mean real trouble.
This really shocked me because Stan's the kind of guy who can talk himself out of any kind of trouble. What kind of trouble, Stan?
I got fired.
Fired? Me for good?
You don't get fired temporarily. It's permanent. It's a lifetime fire.
Why? What happened?
It was on account of this guy, Andrew, the guy that sweeps up. Well, he's cleaning the floor in the stockroom, right? And he lays his broom up against the table, puts some junk in the trash can, but the broom slips, and it knocks over this can of linseed oil. It spills it all over the table. It ruins 3 brand new hats right out of the box. $9 Stetsons. It wasn't his fault, though. I mean, he didn't put the oil there, right?
Right.
So when Mr. Stroheim sees the oily hats, he gets crazy. He tells Andrew the money's gonna have to come out of his salary, $27. So Andrew starts to cry.
He cried.
He's 42 years old and he's bawling his eyes all over the stockroom floor. I mean, he hasn't got too much furniture upstairs anyway, but he's real sweet. I mean, he brings me coffee, he's always laughing, telling me jokes. I can never understand it, but I laugh anyway to make me feel good, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, I said to Mr. Stroheim, I didn't think it was fair, because it wasn't Andrew's fault.
You said that to him?
Sure, why not? So he says to me, you want to pay for the hats, Big Mouth? I said, I don't want to pay for the hats. He goes, then mind your own business, Big Mouth.
Holy mackerel.
It was unbelievable. Then he tells you, He's got me so mad I can't even think. He tells Andrew to go over to the factory and pick up 3 new hats, which is usually my job. So guess what Mr. Strong tells me to do?
What?
He tells me to sweep up. He says for the rest of this week, I'm the cleaning man.
Can't believe this.
So now everyone is watching me, waiting to see what I'm gonna do. Even Andrew stopped crying and was watching me. I felt the dignity. Everyone working the place was in my hand. So I grit my teeth, I pick up the broom, and there's this big pile of dirt sitting right in the middle of the floor.
Yeah?
And I sweep it all over Mr. Stroheim's shoes. Andrew just finished ironing them this morning, if you want to talk about ironing.
I'm dying. I'm absolutely dying.
You can see everyone in the place is about to bust the guy. Miss Mulcahy, the bookkeeper, can hardly keep her false teeth in her mouth. And Andrew's eyes are hanging 5 inches out of their sockets.
This is the greatest story ever told in the history of the world.
But then Mr. Strong grabbed me, and he pulled me into his back office. He closed the door and he pulled down the shades. Then he gives me this big speech about how he was brought up in Germany to respect his superiors. And that if he ever did such a thing like you do, they would beat me on the coop until they carried me away dead.
That's perfect. You got him down perfect.
And I said, yeah? Well, we're not in Germany, old buddy.
You said that to him?
Well, no to myself. I didn't want to go too far.
I was wondering.
Then he tells me how he's always liked me, and he always thought I was a good little boy. You know, he's going to give me another chance. He wants a letter of apology. And if he said, if that letter of apology isn't on his desk by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I can consider myself fired.
I would have had a heart attack. What'd you say?
Well, I told him I wasn't going to apologize. If Andrew still had to pay for the hats, but he said that was between him and Andrew, and they had expected a letter from me in the morning. So I said goodnight, walked out of his office, grabbed my hat, and came home 10 minutes early.
I'm sweating. I swear to God, I'm sweating all over.
I don't know why I did it. I mean, I just felt so mad. If you give in when you're 18 and a half, you give in for the rest of your life, don't you think?
I suppose so. So what's the decision? Write the letter?
No.
Positively?
Positively. Except I'll have to talk to Pop first. I mean, I know we need the money and all, but he told me once, you have to do what you think is right in this world and stand up for your principles.
But what if he thinks that you're wrong? You should write the letter.
He won't. He'll leave it up to me. I know.
But what if he says, write the letter?
Well, we won't know until after dinner, will we?
All in all, it was shaping up to be one heck of a day. I can say this, though. I always had this two-way thing about my brother. Either I worshiped the grounds he walked on, or I hated him so much, I wanted to kill him. I guess you know how I feel about him today.
All day it takes to bring home bread.
I was home half an hour ago. I was on the porch, talking to Stan.
Bring Aunt Blanche the butter. She's waiting for it.
Hey, Mom. I got a letter from Rosalind Wyden. Remember her?
They move up to Manhattan. They live on Park Central West.
Why not? Her father's a gangster, her mother's worse. Don't I get a kiss, hello?
Nope, I was going to save it up and give you a giant one for Christmas.
We don't have Christmas. I'll take it now, thank you. And a hug, too. When do I get a hug from you? You must have done something wrong.
Oh, you're too smart for me, Mom. I robbed a barber shop today.
Is that why you're so tired? You look so tired running around every night with your 200 girlfriends.
130, Mom, that's all. Just 130.
Now, how do you get any work done?
Oh, I get it done.
Your boss, he doesn't say anything about you being so tired?
About being tired? No, he doesn't.
Did you ask him about Thursday?
What?
Did you ask your boss if you could get paid on Thursday? So I can pay Greenblatt's on Friday. Saturday's a holiday.
Oh, no, I forgot. I'll ask him tomorrow.
If it's a problem, Greenblatt can wait. Your boss is more important.
Oh, that's not true, Mom. He isn't any more important than Mr. Greenblatt.
Oh, God. As if things were bad enough, and now this. Liver and cabbage for dinner. A Jewish medieval torture. My friend, Marty McGorgo, at Eastern Science, he told me that cooked cabbage can smell further than sunshine for 7 minutes. These numbers are never finished. They'll look because I gagged there before I get in the middle of dinner. Oh, my God. Oh, this is... Oh,
itch. You need someplace that's dry.
Like Arizona, Mama. Should I get the doctor?
No doctors. I'm gonna be all right. It's going away.
But I can still hear the whistle, Mama.
Will you shut up?
Nora, go in the kitchen. Help Aunt Kate with the dishes. I broke her good plate.
Never mind. Eugene can do it. You go upstairs and get your mother's medicine. Laurie, you sit here nice and quiet and watch your mother. You look as pale as a ghost. Eugene! Come in here and help me!
Hello, Mrs. Kresge. How are you?
In just a minute, Mama. Pop's home. I'd like to introduce my father. A real hard worker. Born at the age of 41. Hey, Pop, how you doing?
How am I doing?
Here, let me get this box for you.
Not it too heavy, you'll hurt yourself.
I can get it easy. Just gotta get a good grip.
I want to sit down for a few minutes.
Something wrong, Pop?
No, I just need a little rest, that's all. Listen, get me a cold glass of water.
I don't know how he does it. King Kong couldn't lift these. You know what's in here? Noisemakers and party favors. He sells them to nightclubs after he's through with his regular job, which is cutting material for ladies' raincoats.
Eugene, did you do your homework today?
No, not all of it. Ma sent me to the store 15 times. Amos and Andy's on tonight.
Yeah, well, you do your homework first, then we'll discuss Amos and Andy.
Here's your medicine, Mom. Lori, go get some water.
Laurie shouldn't be running.
I'll get it, Nora.
You sure you don't mind?
No problem at all. 2.5 seconds, that's all I ask.
When are you going to speak to Uncle Jack, Mom?
When I speak to him, Nora, that's when I'll speak to him.
Tonight. I have to know tonight.
I'll see. If he's not too tired, I will talk to him tonight.
Jack's home. We'll eat in 10 minutes. Nora, go get Stanley. How's your mother, Laurie?
Much better. The whistling stopped.
What's the matter, Jack? Eugene said you were holding your chest.
I wasn't holding my chest.
You have to drag that box back and forth to the city every day. You don't work hard enough, Jack?
You want the box? It's yours. I don't need it anymore.
What do you mean?
Tell Ma party favors. He went out of business. They closed him out. The man is bankrupt.
Oh, my
He
God.
didn't even warn me he was coming.
You told me he had an apartment on the river, Riverside Drive, with a view. A $300 a month apartment. A man like that.
Who are the ones you think go bankrupt? You live in a cold water flat on Delancey Street. Bankruptcy is the one thing God spares you.
All right. You can always find good in things. You don't have to lug that box anymore. And you don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning. We can all eat dinner at a decent hour. You still have your job at Jacobson's. We won't starve.
I can't make ends meet what I make at Jacobson's, not with 7 people to feed.
We'll talk later, Jack. They'll hear you.
I can't get by without that extra $25 a week. I can't pay food, clothing, rent insurance for 7 people. Christmas and New Year's alone, I made $150.
Stop it, Jack. You get yourself
He
sick.
didn't even pay me for the week, the bastard. 5 salesmen are laid off. He's going to a Broadway show tonight. I took every hat and noisemaker carried. I stuffed it in those boxes, and I walked out of it. At his funeral, I'll put on a pointy hat. I'll blow a horn at the bastard.
Talk like that. Something will come up. This weekend, you go to the temple. You pray all day Saturday.
This man has been praying in that temple for 40 years. Do you know how many prayers are going to come up before my turn gets in?
Your turn will come up. God has time for everybody.
Here's water, Aunt Blanche.
Thank you, dear.
Hey, Lori, you want to take a walk on the beach tonight?
I have homework. What do you want to walk with me for?
Just want to take a walk, you, me, and Nora.
No. Besides, I think Nora has a date with Larry Clement.
Larry Corman? She likes Larry Corman?
I don't know. Why don't you ask her yourself?
The guy's my father's age.
He's 20.
Same thing. You think he's attractive?
I don't think anybody's attractive.
Larry Corman, the guy doesn't even got a chin. His head goes all the way up to his teeth.
Eugene, where's your father's water?
I'm coming. I got Larry Corman to contend with. Here's your water, Pop. Where isn't it?
Drink it slow.
Hey, Pop, you got time to look at my sneakers?
What does he want to look at your sneakers for?
They don't got any soles. They're hanging on by a tiny piece of rubber. Gotta clench my toes together whenever I
Run out there and play ball.
I bought you new sneakers last month.
Last year, Pop, not last month. I can only wear them 2 hours a day because my toes can't grow them.
This is no time to talk to your father about sneakers. He's got enough things on his mind. Go turn the light down in the living. Jack, we'll talk about things later. You'll have a nice supper, you'll relax, and when everybody's gone to sleep, you'll figure things out calmly. I don't like it when you get upset.
I'm feeling better. Come, Laurie, let's go in the kitchen.
You think she'll ever get married?
Blanche.
Blanche is not unattractive. I see men in the beach look at her.
Blanche isn't the type to get married.
She was married once, wasn't she? Those are the type to get married.
Dave was different. She's not interested in other men.
What about that Murphy fella across the street? He's plenty interested, believe me.
That drunk. He can't even find his way into the house at night. I saw him sleeping in the doorway once in the rain. He was out there when I went to get the milk.
So he lives alone with his mother. He's got a good paying job. Maybe he takes a drink on a Saturday night. Maybe what he needs is a good woman.
Not my sister. Let him find somebody lying in the next doorway. I don't want to discuss this anymore.
Are you busy? I wanted to talk to you.
That's funny. I wanted to talk to you.
What about?
Well, I need a favor real bad, and you're the only one who can help me.
What is it?
Well, when Pop comes home tired, he usually doesn't pay that much attention to me and Eugene. But it's different with you. I mean, he's always interested in what you have to say.
Really? I hope so.
Oh, sure. You didn't notice that?
Not really. What's the favor?
Well, this may sound kind of dumb, but tonight at dinner, do you think you can steer the conversation in a certain direction?
What direction?
Something like how much you admire people who stand up for their principles?
What people?
Any people. Principles is the important one. I'd be very grateful if you could work it in, say, 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times?
It'll be easy. I'll mention someone like Abraham Lincoln, and you'll look up and say, now there's a man who stood up for his principles.
I have my own things to bring up at dinner. Why would I want to get into a discussion about Abraham Lincoln?
You notice they're like just as principles.
Why did I do such a stupid thing?
Because as of tomorrow, I'm unemployed. Unless someone besides me mentions standing up for your principles.
What happened? Did you get fired?
I will be unless our Kaiser Bell has a letter from college. It's really up to my old man. I've decided to do whatever he tells me.
When are you going to ask him?
Tonight, right after dinner.
Tonight? Does it have to be tonight?
That's the deadline. I have to give my answer to Mrs. Storm in the morning. Why?
Can't you ask your father in the morning?
My father gets up at 5:30 in the morning. My mother has to line up her shoes tonight because he can't make decisions at 5:30. Well, what's wrong, Nora?
I don't know what you have to complain about. At least your father's alive and around the house to make decisions. You don't know when you're well off, Stanley. Sometimes you make me sick.
Chapter 7. discrimination. So, how things done at Stroheim, Stan?
So how long you been working there now?
Where?
Down at Stroheim's.
Well, let me see. A part-time year and a half before I graduated, and a year since then.
So what's that?
2.5 years counting part-time.
And he liked you?
Who?
Mr. Stroheim!
Yeah, usually he likes me. Sometimes I'm not sure.
Oh, you come in on time?
Yeah.
You do your work?
Yeah.
You get along with other people?
Yeah.
So why shouldn't he like you? How much you making there now?
$17 a week.
It's time you moved up. Tomorrow you go in and you ask him for a raise.
Oh, wait.
Yes. You walk in his office tomorrow morning, you be firm, but be polite and be respectful. Tell him you're worth another $5 a week.
$5?
He'll offer you $1.25. You settle for $2.50. And all these things work. Stanley, you're a high school graduate. He's glad he's got you.
I don't think this is the time to ask for a raise, Bob. I think his wife's very sick.
Oh, what are you afraid? You want me to take you by the hand, walk in and say, my little boy would like a raise?
I'm not afraid to ask him.
Your father wouldn't ask you if he didn't think it was the right thing. Believe me, Stanley, now is the time to ask him.
I think I've got more in my throat.
There are no bones in liver.
So, what's new at dancing school, Nora? Nothing is new. You mind your own business? I'm just trying to introduce the subject. I don't need your help. Mother, will you tell her to be quiet?
Lori, you can be excused if you're finished.
So what happened in dancing school?
Nora received a very nice compliment today. Her teacher told her she had professional potential.
He didn't say potential. Potential is the future. Mr. Beckman is interested in Nora's immediate present.
Imagine that. Mr. Beckman is your teacher?
No, he's the most widely known and respected producer on Broadway.
That's wonderful. Great. Broadway. Imagine that. But how are things in school otherwise?
I'm doing fine.
She's doing very well.
I wish I was as smart as she is.
Isn't it the same Mr. Beckman who's producing the Broadway extravaganza Abracadabra? I hear that if the girl gets hired for the course of a show like that, not only is her career practically guaranteed, but the experience that she gets is equal to a 4-year college education.
Eugene, that's enough.
Only a 4-year college education is equal to a 4-year college education.
I don't think Abraham Lincoln went to college.
So Laurie, darling, are you feeling all right?
Yes, Uncle Jack.
And you getting plenty of fresh air?
As much as I can hold my lunch. Nora, did you tell Uncle Jack about the big tank filled with water?
Girls, why don't we let Uncle Jack eat his dinner? We can discuss it later.
Wait a minute. If somebody's got any problems or anything to discuss, this is the time to bring it up. This is the family hour.
What a great idea for a radio show. The Family Hour. Every Wednesday night, you get to hear a different family eating dinner and discussing their problems of the week. And you get to hear a new recipe.
WEAT presents Dinner in Brighton Beach, starring the Jacob Jerome family, and featuring tonight's specialty, liver and cabbage. Brought to you by X-Lax, a mild laxative.
The whole country wants to hear about a 13-year-old boy gagging on his liver.
Look, nobody's got no problems, nothing to discuss. Otherwise, I want to turn on the news.
As a matter of fact,
What?
nothing again.
I'll help with the dishes.
You'll sit there and finish your liver.
I can't eat it. It will go down. Remember the lima bean catastrophe last month? Would anybody like to see a bit of that disgusting episode?
Why does he always got to talk like it's a Sherlock Holmes story?
He thinks he's a writer.
What do you think you are?
Eat half of it.
Which half? They're both half.
A quarter of it. 2 bites.
1 bite.
2 bites.
I know you. If I eat 1 bite, you're gonna make me eat another bite. Into my robe. I need time to chill.
Eugene, this is no time to waste food. If you didn't want it, why'd you take it?
I didn't take it. They gave it me. Only task me plates.
It's so important to everyone, I'll eat your liver, Eugene.
You will?
Give me a liver so we can get on with more important things in our lives.
Laurie's right. Take the liver away. If nobody likes it, why do you make it?
Because we can't afford a roast beef for 7 people.
I suddenly felt vulgar and
something really important.
More important than what's going on in Europe?
It's not more important, just coming up sooner.
Hitler's already moved into Austria. In a couple of months, the whole world will be a blob. What's wrong with this radio?
Someone's been fooling around with it, haven't they, Eugene?
Well, why, Eugene? Pop was listening to the news last night.
And you were listening to the ball game this afternoon.
Guess he's gonna get blamed for the war in Europe.
Eugene, come and clear the silverware.
He's talking about Poland. David, I don't want anybody touching that radio. You understand? Stanley, shut it off.
Hey, you really think there'll be a war, Pop? I mean, America, too?
We're already in it. Not us, baby. But let me tell you, if you're Jewish, you got a cousin or a relative suffering somewhere in the world.
Ida Kaczynski's family came from Poland last month. The story she tells about what's going on there, you don't even want to hear.
Well, how many relatives do we have in Europe?
Enough. They've got uncles, cousins. I have a great aunt. Your father has nephews.
I got a cousin, Shalom. He lives in Poland. His whole family.
Dave had relatives in Warsaw. That's where his mother was born.
What if they got to America? I mean, where would they stay?
Who?
Your nephews, mums, uncles, and cousins. Would we take them in?
What God gives us to deal with, we deal with.
But where would we put them?
What are you worrying about things like that for now? Go work on your speech.
What speech?
How are you going to ask Mr. Stroheim for a raise tomorrow?
Hey, look at this. Ooh, Gary got 2 hits today. Jeez, Claire can lose in 302.
Is that your newspaper? How many times have I told you, you do not touch that newspaper till your father is finished?
I didn't break it. The print doesn't come off 3 times to read it.
Eugene, don't be fresh to your mother. Go to your room.
Pop?
Everybody.
All right, I'll come back later, okay, Pop?
Come on, Stanley. I gotta talk to you anyways.
You're a real pest. Did anyone ever tell you that?
Yeah, I got a whole list of my room. Want to add your name to it?
Why don't you lie down, Jack? There's nothing in that newspaper that's going to cheer you up.
Hey, what if they got off the boat? I mean, tapped on the door. I mean, how do we feed them? Where do we put them up?
The boat hasn't come yet. I can't deal with boats that haven't landed yet.
Uncle Jack, I know you're tired and there's a lot of things on your mind, but the rest of my life may depend on your decision. I have to know tonight because I have to call Mr. Beckman and let him know if it can go or not.
Who's Mr. Beckman?
The Broadway producer we talked about at dinner. Abracadabra, remember?
All right, yeah.
Laurie, go to your room, please. Nora, not now. This is not the time.
It's never the time. You want to make a decision, I don't have anyone else I can talk to. Well, I'll make my own decision if no one else is interested. I'm 60 and a half years old and I'll do what I want to do.
What is this all about?
Talk to her, Jack. She'll tell you.
I'll take care of it. Nora's right. It's my decision.
And what are you going to do? You're going to tell her to quit school? You're going to tell her to throw away her future? Is that what you want?
What if I'm wrong? What if she's got talent? What is it I'm supposed to say?
Well, she can't talk to me. It's all in the same family. I'm her uncle, for God's sakes.
She doesn't need an uncle tonight. She needs a father. Go on, she'll tell you.
Never learn.
You want to talk, we'll talk.
I wrapped my life up in Dave so much. I never learned how to be their mother.
We have plenty of mothers here. This is a family. The world doesn't survive without families. Laurie, go do your homework. Blanche, make me a cup of tea. You're the only one here who makes decent tea.
Look at Nora. I know what it's like not to be heard.
Do?
I came from a family of 4 children. My father, before he died, he could never remember our names. My oldest brother was the big one. I was the little one. Eddie was the skinny one. And Saul was the rotten one. The pretty one. What's the problem?
I don't know. It doesn't seem very important now.
Not important. I've never seen you act like this over nothing that was important. I cried. Look, I know I'm not your father. It's not my place to make decisions for you. I can give you advice. Advice is free. If it doesn't fit, you can always return it.
Can we walk down the block?
Sure. We'll go take a look at the ocean. My father used to always say, throw your problems out to sea, and the answers will wash right back up on shore.
Did they?
Not always at Brighten Beach. Sometimes watermelon pits, orange peels, tobacco. That's why it's good to take someone who knows how to give advice. Come on.
you stop that? I'm trying to think.
I'm glad I don't got your problems.
How'd you like an official American League baseball in your mouth?
Stanley, I gotta talk to you. I mean, real serious, important talk.
Yeah, well, everyone in this house has to have an important talk with someone. Why don't you just take a number off the wall and wait your turn?
I had this dream last night. It was about this girl. I can't tell her name, but she was gorgeous. We were really kissing hard and rubbing up against each other. And there was this tremendous buildup, like at the end of the 39 steps. And there was like a dam broke and everything rushed and flowed out to sea. It was the greatest feeling I ever had in my life. But when I woke up, I was
A wet dream?
yeah, how'd you know?
It was a wet dream, that's all. You just had a wet dream.
Have you ever had him before?
I have them all the time. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with you if you have him?
Every guy I know has them. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
You know guys that do it?
Listen, didn't you ever try to do it by yourself?
What do you mean?
Didn't you ever diddle with yourself?
No. Never.
Maloney, I hear you. You diddle 3 or 4 times a week. You know, whack-off, master.
Shut up, boy, I might hear you.
There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody does it, especially at our age. It's natural.
You know guys that do it?
Every guy I know does it. Except Haskell Fleischman, the fat kid. He does it to other guys.
I can't believe we had this conversation.
You can't grow up without doing it. Your voice won't change.
Where do you get this from? Is it in a medical book or something?
It's puberty.
It's what?
Puberty. You never heard that word before? Don't you read books?
Yeah, the Citadel by A.J. Cronin. It's never mentioned puberty.
Listen, even Pop did it.
Pop? Our Pop? You know what, Stanley? I think you're full of shit.
Talk like that. I didn't think you are. You're just a kid. Never let me hear you say that word again.
I don't get you. It means okay to say puberty, but I can't say shit.
Puberty is a scientific word. Shit to those guys that hang around the beach.
What do you expect me to say until I pop wax off?
Well, you see, I don't mean he still does it, because he's married now. But when he was a kid, 14, 15, the whole world whacks off.
President Roosevelt, too?
Rich kids are the worst. They do it from morning till night. They go to college, they sit around in their dorms all day, drinking beer and whacking off.
Stanley, this is the most useful information you've ever given me. How about girls?
5 times as much as boys.
5 times as much? Is that an actual figure? Where do you get this from?
You pick it up, you learn. It's handed down from generation to generation. And that's how our culture spreads.
5 times as much as boys. Someone who even say hello to you, they're like whacking off.
Well, they're human just like we are, right? They have the same needs and desires.
Why is it so hard to touch their boobs?
If you were a girl, would you like some guy jumping at you and grabbing your boobs?
If I had boobs, I'd love to touch them. Wouldn't you?
I got my own problems to think about right now.
How do girls do it?
I can't explain it.
Please, Stanley, I'll be your slave for months. Tell me how they do it.
All right, I'll need paper and pen. I'll do it later.
You want crayons? Maybe we should do it in color.
Listen, I have a major problem in my life. I don't have time to draw girls masturbating for you.
But Nora doesn't do it.
Boy, could I win money from you. You actually think she's in the bathroom 7 times a day taking showers?
She does it in the bathroom?
I knew 2 girls who used to do it during English class. One of them did it on the final exam. She got a 98 on her paper. Is that who you were thinking about last night, Nora?
No, it was someone else. One of the beach girls.
No, it was Nora. I see what's going on. I know why you dropped your napkin 12 times at dinner tonight.
I can't help it. She drives me crazy. Think I'm in love.
Forget it. She's your cousin.
So I'm being off with your cousin.
Because it's against the laws of nature. I mean, if she was your stepsister, it would be dirty, but it'd be okay. But you can't fall in love with your first cousin. Let me give you a piece of advice, Eugene. When you're going through puberty, don't start with someone in your own house.
Franklin Roosevelt married his cousin.
Well, maybe it was his second or third cousin. You can't marry your first cousin. You get babies with 9 heads. I wish Pop would get home. I gotta talk to him tonight.
I'd still love to see Nora naked. Just once. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No, I do it all the time.
You've seen Nora naked?
Sure, lots of times. See, I fix the lock on the bathroom door, and then I open it, pretend that I didn't know anyone was in there.
I can't believe you. You are such a pig. What'd she look like?
All I can tell you is that I'm pretty miserable that she's my first cousin.
That was the night that I discovered that lust and guilt were very closely related. I gotta wash up.
Have a good time.
I don't do that!
I'm sorry. I didn't know it was next Tuesday. I'll change my doctor's appointment.
You don't have to change anything. The girls will be with me.
Have I ever missed a year going to the grave? You know Dave was my favorite in the family.
Do you realize it'll be 6 years? Sometimes I forget his birthday. The day he died, I never forget.
There wasn't another one like him.
Laurie asked me questions about him all the time. Was he funny? What was the funniest thing he ever said, she asked me. You know, I can't remember, Kate. Isn't that awful?
Sometimes you talk like your life is over. You're still a young woman. You're still beautiful. If you'd ever stop squinting so much.
I went with him for 2 years before we were married. What was I waiting for? That's 2 married years I didn't have with him.
Listen, Jack's company's having their annual affair in New York next Wednesday at the Commodore Hotel. You should see how those women get dressed up. Jack wants you to come with us. He told me to ask you.
Me? Who do I know in Jack's company?
You'll be with us. You'll meet people. Max Green will be at our table. He's the one whose wife died last year from tuberculosis. He's the number 1 salesman. He has an apartment at the Grand Concourse Hotel. He's a riot. You'll like him. Maybe you'll dance with him. What are you going to do here every night?
I don't have a dress to wear for a thing like that.
You make something. Jack will get you some material. He knows everyone in the garment district.
Thank you, Kate. But I can't go. Maybe next year.
Next year, you won't have any eyes altogether. What are you afraid of, Blanche? Dave's dead. You're not.
I make
If
plans
God
for next
wanted both
Wednesday.
of you, you'd be lying there in the grave with him.
I made plans for next Wednesday.
More important than this affair comes once a year.
I'm having dinner with someone.
You're having dinner with a man? That's wonderful. Why didn't you tell me?
With Mr. Murphy.
Who's Mr. Murphy? Oh, my God. I don't understand you. You're going out to dinner with that man? Do you know where he'll take you? To a saloon, to a bar and grill. That's where he'll take you.
He's taking me to Shadows, the Hungarian restaurant. You never even met the man, Kate. Why do you dislike him so much?
I don't have to meet that kind. I just have to smell his breath when he opens the window. What do you think he's looking for, a man like that? I grew up with that kind on Avenue A. How many times have Stanley and Jean come home black and blue from the beatings they took from those Irish hooligans? What do you have to talk to a man like that?
Is that why you don't like him, because he's Irish? When have the Jews and the Irish ever fought a war? Do you know who George Bernard Shaw is?
I don't care who he is.
He's one of the greatest Irish writers in the whole world. What would you say if he took me to Shadows next Wednesday?
Is Mr. Murphy a writer? Tell him to bring me some of his books. I'd be glad to read them.
Kate, when are you going to give up being my older sister?
I've heard stories about him with women. They like their women, you know. Ah, if that's what you want, it's your business.
I decided to go into the kitchen and quiet my passion with oatmeal cookies.
We took a walk along the beach last Thursday. He hardly said a word. He's very quiet. He's shy. He told me about where his parents came from in Ireland. Their life wasn't any easier than Mama and Papa's in Russia.
Oh, nobody had it like they had it in Russia.
He holds down a decent job in a printer's office. He didn't smell of liquor, and he behaved like a perfect gentleman.
No cookies for you. Not till you finish that liver.
You mean you're gonna save it till I'm all grown up?
No cookies, you hear me?
I just want another glass of water.
There's water in the bathroom.
There's toothpaste in the bottom of the cup. It makes me nauseous.
There's no point in discussing this. Do what you want. I'm going to bed.
Kate, I don't want to do anything to hurt you. Or Jack. I owe you both too much. But I don't think one dinner at Chardoff's is going to be the end of the world.
I just don't want to see you get hurt. I don't mean you any harm. I can stand anything except when someone in the family is mad at me.
Kate, I could never be mad at you. Dad, I promise you to my dying day.
Go on. Go on out with Frank Murphy. If Papa could hear me say those words, he'd get up out of the cemetery and come in front of the house with a big stick.
I told him to... In my house. I want you to meet him. You like him if you meet him.
Tell his mother to wash her windows. Maybe I know what he's like.
Can I see Mr. Beckman tomorrow, yes or no?
Did you talk to Uncle Jack?
I talked to Uncle Jack. I want an answer from you, Mother, yes or no.
What did he say?
It doesn't matter what he said. It's your decision or mine. Who's gonna make it, Mother?
All I told her, Blanche, I said if I were her father, I'd tell her to finish high school. Look it, if she's got talent, there'll be plenty of other shows. I quit school at the 8th grade. That's why I spent half my life in the subway, the other half trying to make a couple of dollars to keep this family from being on the street.
I don't want this just for myself, Mama, but for you and Lori. In a few years, we could have a house of our own instead of all being cooped up here like animals. We could pay Uncle Jack for what he's given us all these years. I'm asking for a way out. Don't shut me in. Don't shut me in for the rest of my life.
You promised you would do what Uncle Jack said.
He doesn't make decisions. He offers advice. I want a decision from you, Mama, please.
All right? You finish high school. You tell Mr. Beckman your mother said no. That's my decision.
I see. Thank you very much, Uncle Jack, for your advice. I'll let you know what my decision is in the morning.
Let it go, Blanche. You'll only make it worse.
Seems no matter what I do, I only make it worse.
What could I tell her? What could I say?
You inherit a family. You inherit their problems.
Well, good night.
Put the cookie on the table.
What cookie?
The oatmeal cookie in your pocket. Put it on the table.
You can smell an oatmeal cookie from 3 feet away?
I could hear the jar moving in the kitchen. Suddenly, everybody's doing what they want in this house. Your father is upset, and Blanche is upset. Put the cookie on the table!
Hey, what's going on? I don't want to know.
I don't know. It was my fault.
What are you gonna do? Want me to speak to Mom? I could tell her I was getting flooded in my house. Don't you say that. Don't you pretend to be sick to get favors from anyone.
I am not pretending. They're just not big floods.
Will you stop puffing pillows? This house could be burning down. You'd run back to puff the pillows.
I'm tired.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know anyone was in there.
Come on, Jack. Let's go to bed.
Hey, when does our life ever get easier? When does it ever get easier?
At night, after 7 good hours of sleep, that's the easiest it ever gets.
Can I talk to you, Pop? It'll just take 5 minutes.
Stanley, he's tired. He's practically asleep.
All right, 2 minutes then. I'll say it as fast as I can.
Okay, go to bed. The boy wants to tell you something.
She saw me on the cracker. Nora saw me on the cracker.
Jack, everything will work out.
Mr. Joe?
I have a problem, Pop.
If you didn't, you wouldn't live in this house.
It must be tough being a father. I mean, everyone comes to you with their problems, and you're gonna have all the answers. I don't know if I could handle that.
Stanley, stop trying to win me over. Just tell me the problem.
I got to find it. You what? Don't get excited. Don't get crazy. Just let me explain what happened, all right?
What'd you do? You come in late, or were you fresh with somebody? You were fresh with somebody, weren't you?
I'm not fired yet. I can still get my job back. It's just that I need your help to make a decision.
Then I don't care what it is, Stanley. You take the job back. This is no time for anybody in this family to be out of work.
When I was 12, you gave me a talk about principles, remember?
You waited all night to tell me this news?
This is about principles, Pop.
How long are we going to go before you told me?
Will you at least hear my principles?
Fine, I'll hear yours, and then you hear mine.
All right, just relax and let me tell you what happened, all right? It was on account of this guy, Andrew, the color guy that sweeps up.
So, Stanley began his sad story. It was terrific. It was like that movie, England and Illinois. Not only was he defending his principles, but he was defending the democracy of the United States. Pop must have been weary-eyed. Not only did he have to deal with Stanley's principles, the loss of noisemaker's business, Nora's career, Laura's floating heart, and how to get Aunt Claire's married and out of here. But any minute, there could be a knock on the door with 37 relatives from Poland needing a Stanley's finished.
And so either I bring in the letter of apology in the morning, or I don't bother bringing it at all. I know it's late, you're tired, you want to go to bed. It's just that I didn't want to make a decision without talking to you first.
Oh, Stanley.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't have swept dirt on his shoes.
I know.
Especially in front of other people.
I know, Pop.
He's your boss. He pays your salary. His money helps put food in our dining table.
I know.
And believe me when I tell you this, we don't have money to waste.
I believe it.
Last year, do you remember you were sick 3 days? He only docked you a day and a half's pay. You remember that?
I remember. I can see what you're getting at.
Although you did a courageous thing. You stood up for a fellow worker. Did anybody else stand up for him?
No, I was the only one.
All right, that's something to be proud of. That's standing up for your principles.
And that's why I didn't want to write that. I knew you'd understand.
Son, wait. I don't think this family can afford principles right now.
It would be hard, I know.
Hard? Not only in you and me, but your mother, Aunt Blanche, Laurie, Nora,
And Eugene.
Eugene would finally have to get himself a part-time job. It's time to use his study books to get himself somewhere.
He wants to be a writer. He wants to go to college.
You know, Stanley, I'm still sick about that. Believe me, I really wish I could have sent you.
Oh, don't worry about it, Pop. I like writing. I made up my mind. I'm going to write the letter.
I'm not saying you should now, though.
I know. It's my decision, and I'm going to write it.
And how your principal's going to feel in the morning.
My principles feel better already. You said that you were proud of what I did, and that's all I really cared about.
You know something, Stan? I don't think there's a thing in college could teach you that you don't already know.
Guess what I learned it from. Thanks for the advice, Bob.
All right.
You going to bed?
No, I'm going to sit up for a while. It's the only time of the day I get a couple of minutes to myself.
Hey, Stan. So, what's the decision? Are you gonna write the letter?
Yeah.
I knew he'd make you write it.
He didn't make me do it. Now, you be quiet. I have to think.
What are you gonna say?
I don't know. Hey, you want to help me? You're good at these things.
In the old days, people used to get paid to write letters. Professional letter writers.
I am not going to pay you money.
I don't want money.
Then what do you want?
I want you to tell me what Nora looked like naked.
How horny can you get?
I don't know. What's the highest score?
All right, but after we finish the letter.
No, before the letter. I don't trust you.
You know something? You're a real shit.
Don't talk like that in front of me. I'm just a kid.
Huh. All right, what do you want to know?
Everything. From the time you open the door.
Well, it happened so fast.
That's fine. Just tell it slow.
All right. I heard the shower running. I let it go for a little while. Then I heard it stop, but I knew she'd be walking out of the shower. Then I opened the door suddenly, and there she was, standing on the bath mat with a towel on her head and nothing else in the whole wide world.
Slower. Don't go so fast.
Her breasts were gorgeous. Like two peaches hanging from the vine, waiting to be plucked. Maybe nectarines. Yeah, like two nectarines, all soft and pink and shiny in the morning sun.
Laurie, you should see your mother. She looks gorgeous.
Waiting for her introductions. How's Uncle Jack?
He's resting now. He had a nice supper. Maybe you can go up and see him later. Eugene, your father is resting. I don't want any ball playing against the wall.
I'm not playing ball, I'm reading.
Well, do it quietly.
She wants me to read quietly. If that were the only sentence published in the memoirs, it would be a bestseller. Everybody's been in a real crummy mood around here lately. Since 3 days ago, Pop had a heart attack. It wasn't a major heart attack. It was sort of a warning. He was trying to make some extra money tonight, driving a cab, and his plane wore out. A policeman had to came home from the subway at 2 o'clock. The doctor says he'll have to stay in bed for about 2 or 3 weeks, but Pop won't listen to him. Mr. Greenblatt's got a son-in-law filled in for him temporarily at Jacobson's. Pop's afraid that 2 or 3 weeks in bed could turn temporarily to permanently.
Hey, Eugene, I have to talk to you.
What's up?
Not here, in our room. Hey, don't tell anyone.
What's the big secret?
You shut up. Wait till I get inside, then you follow.
It's about Nora. I'm not interested. I forgot to tell you. I hate my cousin Nora. She's been a real snotty mood lately. She hasn't said hello for I don't know how long. She's been eating dinner in her room, and she's dating this guy, Larry Notion Court, every night. Not as pretty as I thought she was.
Eugene, did you bring your father his paper?
No, not yet. I hurt my knee. I fell on the stairs in school.
Bring it up to him. He's waiting for it.
If I told her I lost both my hands in an accident, she'd say, go upstairs and wash your face with your feet. I guess she's sore because she and Pop can't go to the affair at the Commodore Hotel. They had Glenn Gray in his orchestra. I feel kind of sorry for her because she doesn't get out much. And she's worried about Frank Murphy coming over to pick up Aunt Blanche. She's angry at the whole world. That's why she's making lima beans for dinner.
Have a cashew nut, Laurie.
Oh, thanks. One almond and one Brazil.
I've some nuts.
Just one. It's for the company. You must be starved. We're going to eat late tonight. Well, wait till your mother goes out. You and Stanley can help with the dishes. You look all flushed. You don't have a fever, do you? Let me see your tongue. It's all spotted.
That's a cashew.
Oh, I don't want you getting sick on me, too. If you feel tired, I want you to go to bed.
Aunt Kate, I have a little stomach cramp. Maybe I'm getting my ladies.
You what?
My ladies, that thing Nora gets when she can't go in the water?
I don't think so. Not at your age. But if your stomach hurts real bad, you come and tell me. I made a nice tuna fish salad. Call me when your mother comes down.
Aunt Kate, smell like Mr. Murphy.
I don't know. I don't think he really knows him well enough yet.
But you call him a Cossack. Aren't those the kind who don't like Jewish people?
I think Mr. Murphy must like your mother. Otherwise, why would he be taking her out to dinner?
But if Mom married him, would we have to move across the street in that creepy house with that creepy old lady in the window?
We're not up to that yet. Let's just get through Shadow's restaurant first.
Pop's feeling better. Threw the paper at me because I didn't bring him the evening edition. What's wrong? You were crying. Your eyes are all red.
Swear to God what I tell you, you'll never tell another living soul.
I take an oath on the life of the entire New York Yankees. What happened?
I lost my salary.
What?
The entire $17. It's gone.
Where? In the subway?
In a poker game. I wanted to gamble.
In a poker game?
Will you shut up? You want to kill Pop right in his bedroom?
You never told me you gambled.
Well, we used to do it all the time in the stock. For pennies, I always won. A dime, a quarter. It wasn't just luck. I mean, it was really good.
$17.
Well, when Pop was sick, I thought I could make some extra money to help out. So I got in this game over in the stock with floor shine shoes. Boy, did I learn about poker. They clean me out in 20 minutes.
What are you gonna tell him?
I don't know. If Pop wasn't sick, I would tell him the truth. Last week was telling me how great I am. He's driving a cab at night and I'm playing poker at floor shots.
But suppose you won $50. You just had bad luck, that's all.
I had no chance against these guys. I mean, they were gamblers. They wore all black, they had pointy shoes and clocks on their socks. Pop dies, I'll hang myself, I swear.
Don't talk like that. Pop is not gonna die. Hey, 3 lamb chops dinner tonight. How come you just don't tell him that you lost it? That you had a hole in your pocket. You can share a hole in your pocket.
I already used that once.
When?
In November, when I lost $5. And he said, from now on, check your pockets every morning.
What happened to that? Did you gamble that too?
No, I gave it to a girl. You know, a pro.
Pro what? A prostitute? You went to those places? Holy shit!
Hey, I'm not gonna warn you about that word again.
Is that what it cost? $5?
$250. I don't want this guy anymore. He still owes me.
How come you never told me? What was she like? Was she pretty? How old was she?
Don't stop me, all right, Eugene?
Did she get completely naked or what?
What is this? Every time I get in trouble, I have to tell you what a naked girl looks like? Just do me a favor, Eugene. Go in the bathroom, whack off, and grow up by yourself, all right?
Don't consort me. You and me ask the exact same questions.
Oh, yeah? Well, I never had no older brother to teach me these things. I had to learn it all on my own. You don't know how lucky you are to be the younger one. You don't have any of the responsibilities I do. You're still in school looking up girls' dresses on the staircase.
I was playing hard in school.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me see your report card. Today's the 1st of the month.
I don't gotta show you my report card. You're not my father.
Yes, I am. As long as Pop's sick, I'm the only one who's working, aren't I?
Yeah. Where's your salary this week, Pop?
You're not gonna allow me shit. I help you all the time. You never help me without wanting to before. I need you to discuss these guys.
Stop sliding yours. You're snoring right. You peed your toilet. I didn't smell the bathroom. Not regular. I got a puke.
Give it to me, goddammit, or I'll get your face.
You want a report card? Here. Take my last report card, you fuck.
4 A's and a B. That's good. That's real good, Eugene. You're smart. I want you to go to college. I want you to be somebody important someday. Zombie. I'm no good. I'm sorry I said those things to you, Eugene.
Me too. I'm sorry too. Uncle Jack, hi. You feeling better?
A little, darling. Your mother's not down yet?
No, not yet.
I wanted to see her before she went out.
Oh, my God. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Coming down the stairs.
Just wanted to see Blanche before she went out.
And how are you going to get back upstairs? Do you think I'm going to carry you? The doctor said you weren't even supposed to go to the bathroom, didn't he?
Believe in doctors. My grandmother lived to be 87 years old. She never saw a doctor once in her life.
She didn't have high blood pressure. She never fainted on the subway.
She used to faint 3-4 times a week. I come from a family of fainters. Laurie, sweetheart, get your Uncle Jack a glass of ice water, please.
Now?
No, get it for my birthday. Yes. That child is barefoot too much. She should do more around the house. You know, you don't get healthy lying on couches all day.
No, you get healthy driving cabs at night after you work 9 hours cutting raincoats. You want to kill yourself, Jack? You want to leave me to take care of this family all alone? Is that what you want?
Well, you figure I'll get better faster if you make me feel guilty. Katie, if I need more guilt, I'll ask you.
You know me. I'm not happy unless I can worry. My family will worry. Worry is generally married fainters.
Look, I promise you, I'm not going to leave you. If I never left you for another woman, I'm surely not going to drop dead just to leave you.
What other woman? That bookkeeper, Helene.
Oy vey, again with Helene. You're never going to even know? Forget that I danced with her 2 years in a row at the Commodore Hotel?
Don't tell me that she isn't attracted to you. I noticed it right off.
What does she want with a cutter? She wants the salesman, the man up front. She's a widow. She's looking to get married.
You're an attractive man, Jack. Women like you.
Me, attractive. Now you really must think I'm dying.
You don't know women like I do. Just promise me one thing. If there was anything between you and that Helene, let me go to my grave without hearing it.
Oh, I see. Now that you're worried about Helene, you figure y'all are gonna die first.
Here's your water, Uncle Jack. I'm all out of breath. I had to chop the ice out by myself.
It's good for you, darling. It's called exercise.
I'm going out. I won't be having dinner. I'll be home late. I've got my tea. Good night.
Nora, don't you want to see what your mother looks like?
I'm sure she looks beautiful. She doesn't need me to tell her.
But what about Mr. Murphy? She wanted him to meet you and Laurie before you went out.
I'm late. Somebody's waiting for me.
Nara, it would only be right just to stay and wait. Just at least say goodbye to her. You know, your mother's gonna feel hurt.
I'm sure that's very good advice, Uncle Jack. I know just how my mother feels. I'm not sure she knows how I feel.
What'll I do, Jack?
Leave it alone. It's between Nora and Blanche. It's something they'll have to work out.
Who does she go out with every night? Where does she go?
She goes out with Larry Herman. He borrows his father's car and takes her to the cemetery.
What cemetery?
The cemetery where Daddy is buried. She goes to see Daddy.
Kate? What'll I tell her, Jack? I don't want to spoil this evening.
Don't say nothing.
Jack, what are you doing down here?
Where should I be? We've got company coming.
I looked into your room. I got scared to death.
Well, you don't look it. You look beautiful.
Oh, Blanche. Oh, my God, Blanche. It's stunning. Just like a movie star. Who's that movie star I like so much, Laurie?
Irene Dunn.
Just like Irene Dunn.
I think she looks like Rosalind Russell. Maybe Carol Lombard.
I think she looks like Blanche. Blanche is prettier than all of them.
I had such trouble with the makeup. I couldn't see my eyes to put on the mascara. So I had to put my glasses on. Then I couldn't get the mascara on under the glasses.
And where are your glasses? Do you have your glasses?
I put them in my purse. I'll put them in the restaurant before I read the menu.
You'd better. I don't want you coming home telling me you don't know what he looks like.
Jack, I'm so glad you're feeling better.
It was nothing. I just needed a little rest, that's all. You know, a fella comes over the house, a stranger. He wants to meet another man. Makes him feel more comfortable.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Blanche, put these on. Now, I don't want you to say no. I want you to wear them, please, Blanche. Kate, these are your pearls. Your good pearls. So what are they going to do? Stay in a drawer all year? Pearls are like people. They like to get out and be seen once in a while.
You were going to wear them to the affair tonight. I'm so wrapped up in myself. I forgot you're missing the affair this year.
I can afford to miss it. I don't see Jack there the whole night anyway.
Let me see what they look like.
I'm so nervous I'm going to lose them.
All right, tell me I don't have a beautiful sister.
Now I feel good. Now I feel I got my money's worth.
Definitely Carol Lombard.
Laurie, go get Nora. I got to show them to her.
She's not here. She left.
What do you mean she left?
Well, she not saying goodbye?
She had to meet somebody. She wanted to wait for you.
She knew I wanted to see her. She could have come into my room.
Look it. She'll see you when you get home. You look just as good at 12 o'clock.
What did she say? Did she say anything?
You're going out. You're going to have a good time.
She's making me pay for this, isn't she? She knows she can get to me so easily. That's what I get for making decisions.
I feel like ice cream for dessert. How about you, Laurie?
Butter pecan?
Butter pecan for you, maple walnut for me. Go tell Eugene I want him to go to Hanson's.
I'll go with them.
Don't run,
Eugene.
Let her run, will you please? If the child gets tired, she'll tell you.
Your father wants us to go to the store.
Tell him I'm sick. My stomach hurts.
You don't want any ice cream?
Ice cream? It's amazing how quickly people recover from misery when they're offered ice cream.
Blanche, she's 16 years old. At 16, they're still wrapped up in themselves.
How am I going to learn how to become a writer? I don't know how to suffer. Actually, I'd give up writing if I could see a neat girl while eating ice cream.
What time is it?
6:30. He'll be here any minute. Now get your mind off of Nora. I don't want you to wear my pearls out for nothing.
Eugene, I want Valley pecan, half pint of maple walnut, get a half pint of chocolate for yourself, and Kate, what do you want?
I love milk ice cream.
Get a vanilla, she'll eat it. And see what Stanley wants.
All right, I'll need some money.
I paid the doctor $15 today. Stanley got paid today? Go get his salary.
What?
Here's $1. Now hurry back. I want Laurie to meet Mr. Murphy. Don't run.
Let them run. Let them run.
Do you know what I worry about at night? That I'm going to wake up in the morning, she's going to be gone. To Philadelphia or Boston or God knows where.
Look at the way the woman's talking, going out on a date. You start talking like that, he's going to be drinking in 5 minutes.
What do I do if he gets drunk?
You come right home. You have money? Do you have car fare?
I don't have anything.
Stanley got paid today. I'll get $5 from him. You wait here. See, now I have something else to worry about.
Well, all I know is I could use a cup of hot tea.
Sit there, I'll make it.
Nah, we'll both make it. We'll hear the bell
Are
from
you
the
in
kitchen.
here? Oh, open the window. You never get any air in this place. I need $5 for your Aunt Blanche. Stanley, did you get paid today?
Yes, I got paid today.
Well, take out your money for the week and give me the envelope.
I don't have it.
You don't have the envelope.
I don't have the money.
What do you mean you don't have the money?
I mean, I don't have the money. It's gone. Just don't ask me any more questions, all right?
Come on. Come where?
It's just gone. I can't get it back. I told you, just don't ask me any more questions.
What do you mean don't ask you any more questions? I want to know what happened to $17, Stanley.
But if I tell you, you're gonna tell Pop.
Why shouldn't I tell your father, Stanley? Why, Stanley? I want to know what happened to the money.
I lost it playing poker. I lost it gambling. Are you happy? Are you satisfied now?
I can't deal with this right now. I have your Aunt Blanche to get out of the house first. I have your father's health to worry about. You're going to sit in this room and you're going to think up a story. Somebody robbed the money. Somebody stole it. I don't care who, I don't care where. That's what you're going to tell your father. Because if you tell him the truth, you're going to kill that man as sure as I'm sitting here. Tonight, after he goes to bed, you meet me in the kitchen. And we'll deal with this alone.
I left my purse in here. Without my glasses, I'm afraid to pour the tea. Kate, what is it? What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just on nerves today.
You worried about Jack? He shouldn't have come downstairs.
I don't know why we got a doctor. He doesn't listen to them.
I shouldn't have asked Mr. Murphy to come over. That's the only reason he came downstairs.
Oh, it's not just Mr. Murphy. It's Stanley. It's Eugene. It's everybody.
I'm sorry about Nora. Jack told me what she said when she left.
Why don't you get your purse, Blanche? He'll be here any minute.
Did Nora say anything to hurt you? I know she's been difficult these past few days, Kate.
Why is it always Nora? Why is it always your problems? You think you're the only one in this world who has troubles? We all have troubles. We all get our equal share.
I'm sorry, Kate.
Maybe I'm not as strong as you. I don't know. You survived Dave's death. I don't know if I can handle it if anything happens to Jack.
Jack is going to be all right. Don't worry about him. He's strong. He's still a young man.
When Dave died, I cried for his loss. I was so angry. Angry at God for taking such a young man. I never realized until now what you must have gone through. How did you get through it, Blanche?
I had you. I had Jack. But most of you live for your children. Your children keep you going.
My children.
I wake up every morning for Nori and for Laura.
Nora hurts you so much, and you can say that?
Why? Don't you think we hurt our parents? Don't you remember how Mama cried when Celia left? Sure it hurts, but when you love someone, you forgive them.
Some things you forgive. Some things you never forgive.
Is the ice cream here yet?
No, darling. Didn't you go with Eugene?
No, I was across the street in that creepy house. It's just as creepy inside.
In Mr. Murphy's house? What were you doing there?
The old creepy lady, she called me from the window. She told me she had a letter for you. I had to go inside and get it.
What did she say to you?
Well, she offered me a cookie, but it was all green. I said I wasn't hungry.
Dear Mrs. Morton, I sent regrets to my son Frank. I tried to reach him earlier, then realized you had no phone. I'm unable to keep his dinner engagements with you this evening as a result of an automobile accident. And although the injuries are not serious, the consequences are. As a devoted mother, despite my son's faults, honesty and sincerity have never been his failings. He wanted me to tell you the truth. That while driving a friend's motor car, he was intoxicated and was the cause of the aforementioned accident. I hope you'll not think I'm a doting mother when I tell you my boy has a great many attributes. A great many. As soon as Frank can get out of his difficulties here, we have decided to move to upstate New York, where there's a clinic which can help him, and where we have relatives with whom we can stay. Frank sends along his regrets for a warm, intelligent, delightful, and most friendly neighbor across the way. Yours, most respectfully, Mrs. Matthew Murphy.
What does it say? He's not coming. He's in the hospital.
It was a sad letter, all right. They were sure well written. Maybe I should have been born in Ireland.
I knew it. I said it right from the beginning, didn't I?
Why is he in the hospital?
He was in a car accident.
Oh, God, that poor woman.
Does that mean you're not going out to dinner?
It could have been you in that car with him. I warned you about those people the first day, didn't I?
Will you stop calling them those people? They're not those people. She's a mother like you and me.
And who is he? Tell me who he is.
He's somebody in trouble. He's someone who needs help. For God's sake, Kate, you don't even know this man.
I know him. I know what they're all like.
Who are you to talk? Are we any better? Are we something so special? We're all poor around here. The least we can do is be charitable.
Well, what do I have that I can afford to give away? Am I the one who got you all dressed up for nothing? Am I the one who got your hopes up? Am I the one they're going to lock up in a jail somewhere?
They're going to put him in jail.
Don't talk to me about charity. Anyone else, but not me.
I never said you weren't charitable.
All I wanted to do was help you. All I ever wanted to do was to help you.
I know that, Kate. No one cares for their family more than you do. I just think we should be sympathetic to someone else in trouble.
Who should I care about? Who's out there watching over me? I've done enough for people in my lifetime. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Say what's on your mind. What people?
You, Celia, Papa when he was sick, everybody. Don't ask me what people. How many beatings from Mama did I take for something that you did? How many dresses did I go without so you could look like someone when you went out? I was the workhorse and you were the pretty one. You have no right to talk to me like that. No right.
This is all about Jack, isn't it? You're blaming me for what happened.
And why does that man sick today? Why did a policeman have to carry him home at 2 o'clock in the morning? So your Nora could have dancing lessons? So Laurie could see a doctor every 3 weeks? Go on. Worry about your Mr. Murphy across the street, not the ones who have to be dragged home to keep a roof over your head.
What is this? What's going on here?
Why didn't you ever tell me you felt this way?
I didn't have time. I was too busy taking care of everyone.
What is it, Blanche? What happened?
It took all those years. It took something like that letter for you to finally get your feelings out.
I didn't need the letter. I just needed you to ask me.
Laurie, go to your room. This conversation isn't for you.
Ice cream's ready?
Put the ice cream in the icebox. I want to talk to your mother.
I never even spoke to the woman. I mean, they lived in that house for 3 years. I never even exchanged a word with her.
What are you walking around for? If you have to be out of bed, at least sit down.
If I could take Nora and Laurie and pack them out of this house tonight, I would. But I can't. I've got no place to take them.
Blanche, what are you talking about?
If I could leave the girls with you for a few weeks, I'd appreciate it. Till I can find some place to stay, and then I'll send for them.
Blanche, you're not leaving, you're not going, you're not taking nothing. I don't want to hear this kind of talk.
Stay out of it, Jack. Let her do what she wants.
I have a friend in Manhattan Beach I can stay with for a few days. Till I can find a job. I'll do anything anybody asks me. But I'll never be a burden to anyone again.
Wait a minute, stop this right now, both of you. Come on. What the hell is going on here? Two sisters having a fight. They should have had, what, 21 years ago? Go ahead, you want to get it out? Let's get it all out. Come on, Blanche, you want to yell and scream? Tell them what it's like to live in a house that isn't yours. To have somebody you have to depend on to put food on the table. I know what it's like. I lived that way till I was 21. Come on, you want to get something out too? Tell her what it's like to be the older sister. The one who has to work and shoulder all the responsibilities. To be the only one around who never got the hugs and affections. You don't think I see this with Stanley and Eugene? You don't think I see it with Nora, Laurie? You don't think I hear those fights night after night in those rooms? Well, come on, let's go. Let's get it out. Yell at her, will you? Scream at her. Call her names. Tell her to go to hell for the first time in your life. And when you both get it out of your systems, please, give each other a hug and go have dinner. My lousy ice cream is melting.
I love you both very much. And no matter what Kate says to me, I'll never stop loving her. But I have to get out. If I don't get out now, I'll lose whatever self-respect I have left. Sometimes, for people like us, the only thing we have left is our dignity. When I grow old, I hope I have as much dignity as Mrs. Matthew Murphy across the street.
Hey, what happened tonight? I never seen you behave like this before. There's more to it than this, Kate. What's it all about?
Tell the kids to come in 5 minutes. We can eat dinner now.
Go tell Stanley and Laurie dinner's in 5 minutes.
It was the first day of my life I could wait what just happened. I felt real sorry for everybody, but as long as the stars in the play, I feel all that good. Because I really had a real selfish streak in me. I sure hope I grow out of it. And Branch is leaving.
Oh, for where?
We're with some woman in Manhattan Beach. Some of us had a big fight.
What did they fight about?
Not sure. I couldn't hear it all. I think Ma sort of blames Aunt Blanche for making Pop work so hard.
Did Mom say anything about me, about how I lost my salary?
You told her? What'd you tell her for? I could have 12 terrific lies for you.
How much money do you have?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't got any money.
The hell you don't. You got money in a cigar box. How much do you have?
$1.12. It's my life savings.
Let me have it. I'll pay you back, don't worry.
What's putting that on for?
In case I have to sleep out. I'm leaving, Eugene. I don't know where I'm going, but I'll write you when I get there.
You leaving home?
Yeah. And when I'm gone, you tell Aunt Blanche what happened to my salary. And then she'll know why Mom was so mad. And tell her please not to leave, because it was my fault, not Mom's. Will you do that for me?
I can eat some with the stamps if you want those too.
Thanks.
Where are you gonna go? Oh, that's the Millen. That's the one for the 200 dash a couple of years ago. You can have it back if you want it.
From the police athletic league. I didn't know you still had this.
You gave it me.
It's not worth anything.
It is to me.
Sure, you can keep it.
Thanks. Where are you gonna go?
I don't know. I was thinking of joining the army. You know, Pop says we'll be at war in a couple of months anyway. I could be a sergeant or something by the time it starts.
Hey, maybe the world grass strong enough I could join too, and maybe we could get in the same unit.
No, you don't join the army unless they come and get you. You understand me? You go to college.
I'll probably have to work if you leave. We'll need the money.
I'll send my paycheck home every month. A sergeant in the army makes pretty good dough. I guess I better get going here.
What do you gotta leave for? They won't stay mad at you forever. I was mad at you and I got over it. They'll get over it too.
Because of me, the whole family's breaking up. You want Nora to end up like one of those cheap boardwalk girls?
I don't care about Nora anymore. I'm not in love with her.
You should care. She's your cousin. Don't turn around.
kids. Better get going. See you later. If you're ready to call me Hank. I always like the name.
This very moment is still my father. When the Stanley walked out of the room, I knew that moment had come to me. I was scared. I was lonely. And I hated my parents who made me so unhappy. Even if they weren't right, I still hated them. I even Stanley did treating me going to grow up on myself.
Eugene, Laurie, I'm not waiting all night.
I hate the way that she loves Stan's name now that she calls for dinner. Sometimes I don't think parents know just how cruel they can be. At supper, I tried to tell them about Steve's family, but I just couldn't get the words out. I left the table without even having their ice cream. If it was suffering I was after, I was beginning to know a lot about it.
It's 10 o'clock. Where is Sandy so late?
Never mind, Stanley. You should have been in bed an hour ago.
Why won't you tell me what happened between you and that boy tonight?
I'm tired, Jack. I've had enough to deal with for one day.
I'm telling you, come Saturday, they're going to temple with me. They don't go for 3 or 4 weeks, they forget their religion altogether.
House more quiet than before. Aunt Blanche was sitting room packing. Mom and Pop upstairs in the bedroom. And he had to talk to somebody else. I was gonna go crazy. I didn't have much of a choice. Hey, Lori, it's you. I come in? What do you want? I'm reading. Just wanted to talk. I didn't say yes, did I? Well, it's too late. I'm already in. What you reading? The Citadel by A.J. Coe. Oh, I read that. It's terrific. I hear your mother's sleeping in the morning. We're going too, as soon as she finds a job. I can't believe it. I'm going to be the only one left around here. You mean you and Stanley? No, Stanley's gone. He's not coming back. You mean he ran away? No, only kids run away. In Stan's age, just leave. But he didn't even say goodbye. Parents don't even know yet. I'm going to tell him now.
I wonder if I'll have to go to a new school.
You're going to have to make all new friends.
Doesn't matter. I don't have any friends here anyways.
That's because you're always in. You never go outside.
I can't because of my condition.
You don't look sick to me. Do you feel sick?
No. But my mother tells me I am.
I don't trust parents anymore.
Why would she lie to me?
To keep you inside, so you'll never leave.
I wouldn't leave my mother anyway. Even when I'm older, even if I get married, I'll never leave my mother.
Yeah, well, Frank Murphy across the street, he never left his mother, and well, look how he turned out. He's going to jail.
None of this would have happened if my father was alive.
How'd you feel when he died?
I don't remember. I cried a lot because I saw my mother cry.
I'd hate it if my father died. Especially the Stanley gun. I'd probably have to move out of the house.
Well, then you and your mother could come up with us.
We'd all end up back together again. What's the point of breaking up now?
Oh, I don't know, Eugene. I have to finish reading.
You don't get too far talking to Lori. Sometimes I think that the foot in her heart is actually her brain. I was little since my parents told me to Stanley. Money, let's news that their eldest son had just run off, probably to get killed in France fighting for his country. My mom said, go to bed. Coming home, it's cold out. I couldn't believe it. Their only son. It was then that I expected that Stanley and I were adopted. I waited out on the front porch and told got calls, but he never showed up.
Nora? Nora? Nora?
want to talk to you.
Now it's late.
I know it's late. We could have talked earlier. You hadn't come home at 12 o'clock at night.
How was your dinner?
I didn't go. Mr. Murphy was in an accident.
I'm sorry. Is he all right?
He's got his problems like the rest of us. You hurt me, Nora, because you left without saying goodbye tonight.
I was late. Somebody was waiting for me.
So was I. You knew I wanted to see you.
I'm not feeling very well.
You purposely left tonight without saying goodbye to me. You have never done that to me before.
Can we talk about this in the morning?
I won't be here in the morning.
Then tomorrow night.
I'm moving out in the morning. I'm leaving.
What are you talking about?
Aunt Kate and I had a terrible fight. We said some awful things to each other, things that have been bottled up since we were children. I'm going to move to Manhattan Beach for a little while. Then I'll send for you and Laurie.
I can't believe it. You mean it's all right for you to leave us, but it wasn't all right for me to leave you?
I was never concerned about your leaving. I was just worried about your future.
It was my future. Why couldn't I have something to say about it?
Because I don't always know what the right thing to do is. Because I've always been a dependent woman my whole life. Everyone always took care of me. Your father, my mother, your sister, everybody.
Maybe that's all I'm asking for, to be independent.
You have to earn your independence. You don't take it at the expense of others. How do you think that even answered to you when Uncle Jack paid for those dancing lessons and put a roof over your head and clothes on your back? If anyone's going to pay him back, it's going to be me. God knows what, I don't know. One thing I do know is I'll steal before I let my daughter show that man 1 ounce of ingratitude or disrespect.
So I have to give it the one chance I may never get again? Is that it? I'm the one who has to pay for what you can do with your own life?
What right have you got to judge me like that?
Judge you? I can't even talk to you. I have tried so hard to get close to you, but there was never any room. Whatever you had, you gave to Daddy, and when he died, whatever you had left, you gave to...
Finish it. Say what's on your mind.
I've been jealous my whole life of Lori because she was lucky enough to have been born sick. I could never turn on a light in my room at night or read in bed because Lori was always resting. I could never have friends over on the weekends because Lori always needed her precious sleep. I used to pray I'd get some terrible disease and get hit by a car so I'd have a leg all twisted and crippled. And then once, maybe just once, I'd get to crawl into bed next to you on a cold rainy night and toss you and hold you until I'd fall asleep in your arms just once.
My God, Nora, is that what you think of me?
Is it any worse than what you think of me?
I am not going to let you hurt me, Nora. I am not going to let you tell me that I don't love you as much as I love Laurie. God knows I'm not perfect. Enough angry people in this house told me so tonight. But I won't be a doormat for all the you and Aunt Kate and all the frustrations anybody wants to give me in this house. I didn't create this universe. I don't decide who lives or who dies, who's rich or who's poor, or who's loved and who's deprived. If you feel cheated that I gave Laurie more than you, then I feel cheated that I had a husband who died at 36 years old. I'm sorry, Nora, that you feel unloved. I'll do everything in my power to change that. Except apologize. I am tired of apologizing. It doesn't bring any money into this house. Nora, please, you have to understand. I've already buried someone I love. Now it's time for me to bury someone I hate.
I didn't ask you to hate yourself. I just asked you to love me.
I do, Nora. Oh, God, why can't I make that clear to you?
I feel so terrible.
Why?
Because I think I hurt you and I still want that job at Mr. Beckman.
I know you do.
But I can't have it, can I?
How can I answer that without you still thinking I'm depriving you?
I don't know, maybe you just did.
I hope so, Nora. I pray to God it's so.
Voices downstairs. I didn't know who it was.
I'm sorry if we woke you. Nora, why don't you go to bed? We'll talk about it in the morning.
All right. Good night, Aunt Kate.
Is she all right?
Yes.
She's not angry anymore?
No, Kate. No one's angry anymore. I explained everything to Nora. I told her the children are going to be with you. The girls will help you with all the housework. Laurie can do her share. I've kept her being a baby long enough.
Those girls have never been any trouble to me. Never.
I'll try to take them on weekends if I can. It's late. We could both use a good night's sleep.
Blanche, don't go. I feel badly enough already for what I said. Don't make me feel any worse.
Everything you said to me tonight was true, Kate. I just wish to God you said it years ago.
What am I going to do without you? Who do I have to talk to all day? What friends do I have in this neighborhood? Even the Murphys across the street are leaving.
There's never been any trouble before between us, Kate. And as God is in heaven, there'll never be another angry word between us again. It's the girls I'm thinking of now. The three of us should be together. It's what they want as much as I do.
All right, I'm not saying you shouldn't have it. But apartments are expensive. You can't find a job overnight. In the meantime, while you're looking, why do you have to stay with strangers in Manhattan Beach?
Louise isn't a stranger. She's a good friend.
To me, good friends are strangers. But sisters are sisters.
I'm afraid of becoming comfortable here, Kate. If I don't get out now, when will I ever do it?
The door is open. When you get a job, when you find an apartment, I'll help you move. I can bargain with these landlords. I'll even help you look for the apartment.
You wouldn't mind doing that.
They see a woman alone. They try to take advantage. I can find out what they're asking for the Murphy place. It couldn't be expensive. She never cleaned it.
How independent can I become if I live right across the street from you?
Far enough away for you to close your own door. And near enough for me not to feel so alone.
Kate, if I lived on the moon, you'd always be close to me.
Oh, I've got to go tell Jack. He wouldn't go to sleep until I promised to tell him some good news.
And I suddenly feel hungry.
Of course, you never had any dinner. I'll make you some scrambled eggs.
I'll make them. I'm an independent woman now.
With your eyes, you won't even get the eggs into the pan.
Yes, I will.
So, Aunt Blanche decided to stay while she was looking for a job. Nora went back to school the next morning, gave me a big smile, and her legs looked as creamy white as ever. Tori was asked to take out the garbage, but she quickly got a flood in her heart, so I had to do it. Life was back to normal.
Eugene, go back to Greenblatt's. I need flour.
So much a teaspoonful. Sally didn't come home at night, and although Mom didn't say anything, Tess was plenty worried. She told Papa Stanley lost the money gambling. From the sounds coming out of the room, I figured Stan should forget about the army. Try for the foreign region. And then, the next night, about supper time, he came home. I was never so happy to see anybody my whole life.
Hi. Where's Mom and Pop?
Mom's still in the kitchen cooking, and Pop's upstairs with his prayer book. Figured that if God didn't bring it home, made Mom's potato pancakes with. So what happened? Did you trade off?
I came pretty close. I passed the physical 1, 2, 3.
I knew you would.
They were giving me cigarettes, donuts, the whole sales pitch. I mean, they really wanted me.
I'll bet.
But then, just as I was about to sign, I stopped cold. I put the pen down and I said, thanks, but maybe some other time.
Why?
I couldn't do it to Pop. Right now, he needs me more than the Army does. And I knew Mom didn't mean it when she said she'd never forgive me for losing my salary. But if I walked out of the family then, she might never would have.
Gee, I thought you'd be halfway to training camp for now. home, Stan.
Eugene, I need some sugar.
Stanley's home.
I need some sweet cream and make it a 2-pound bag of sugar. I'm going to make a chocolate cake.
A 2-pound bag. From Greenblatt's. I'll need some identification.
So, you staying for dinner?
I'm staying as long as you let me stay.
Why wouldn't they let you stay? This is your home. Your father's been very worried. I think he deserves an explanation.
I was just about to do that. Hi, Pop. How you feeling? I'm sorry I didn't come home last night. I know it was wrong. I just didn't know how to tell you about my salary. And I know it won't help to say that I'll never do it again, but I won't. I swear, never. I got $3. I went over to Dominic's bowling alley, and I set up pins till midnight. And I can make another 6 on the weekends. That's 9. I'll get the $17 back. I promise, Pop. I'm not afraid of hard work. If that's the one thing you taught me, it's hard work and principles. And that's the code I'm going to live by for the rest of my life. So if there's anything you want to tell me, I'd be very glad to hear it.
Did you read the newspaper today, Stanley?
No, Pop.
It's going to be a war. Terrible war.
Yeah, I know, Pop.
Biggest war the world has ever seen. And it frightens me. We're not out of the last one yet, and already they're starting another one.
We don't talk about it too much at the store with Mr. Stroheim being German and all.
My brother Michael was killed in the last war. I told you about that?
Yeah, you showed me his picture in uniform.
The day he left, he was 19 years old. Didn't look a day older than Eugene. He was killed his 2nd week overseas.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'll tell you, he was a handsome boy. Good athlete, good dancer, good everything. I idolized him. Like a Gene idolizes you.
No, he doesn't.
He does, believe me. I hear him outside talking with his friends. My brother this, my brother that. You know, brothers can talk to each other the way fathers and sons can't. I didn't know a thing about sex or girls till my brother told me. Is it that how it is between you and Eugene?
Yeah, I teach him a few things.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're so close. I missed that when Michael went away. You know, I heard you talking the other night about running away, doing something foolish like joining the army. Believe me, that time will come soon enough.
I was thinking about it. It was in my mind.
I know why you gambled. It was a foolish thing you did. You realize that. I gambled in my time. You know what it's like to lose money.
You did?
You think your father's a perfect human being? Someday I'll tell you some things that not even your mother knows. Let me tell you something. If you grow up killing yourself, hating yourself for every mistake you make, life will be so hard on you. Don't make it hard. You got a mother and father to do that.
Oh, you're not hard on me. You're always fair.
I try to be. You're a good son, Stanley. You don't even realize it. Let me tell you, we have men in that cutting room who've got sons they haven't talked to in 4 or 5 years. Boys who have no respect for themselves or their family. They never did a good day's work in their lives. Thank God I can't say that about you, though.
I just gambled away $17, and you're telling me how great I am?
Hey, wait a minute, smart guy. If you were home last night when your mother told me this, I would have thrown you and your clothes out the window. Today I'm calmer. Today I read the newspaper. Today I'm afraid for all of us.
I understand.
All right, so look, tonight after dinner, I want you to apologize to your mother and give her the $3.
I will.
You can also apologize to your Aunt Blanche. She was quite concerned, you know.
I will.
And your brother Eugene? He came into my room this afternoon with tears in his eyes. He told me how bad you felt. For a minute, I thought I had Clarence Darrow stand there.
Yeah, Eugene's a terrific kid.
All right, go wash up. And then tonight after dinner, you and I go out in the backyard, and I'll teach you how to play poker.
All right, terrific.
Get at it.
Thanks, Mom.
Is Eugene back yet?
No, Mom.
You look tired. Did you get any sleep?
I got enough. I slept at a friend's house. Can I talk to you after dinner?
Why not? Where am I going? To a nightclub?
All right, I'll go change and I'll be right back.
Stanley, you didn't join anything, did you?
No, Mom.
That's good. There's plenty of time for that. The family's still growing up.
Yes,
Everything's all right. Everything's gonna be okay.
Didn't I say it was going to be? Didn't I say he'd come home? Laurie, get your sister. Come help in the kitchen.
I just broke the world's record for going to Greenblatt's. And next year, I'm entering the grocery store Olympics.
Is that my sweet
Milk
cream?
Pop. Yep, perfect one. I never spilled a drop. You know where Stanley is?
Yeah, he's cleaning up. All right, hey, I got jury duty now next week. All right.
So, you back in the family?
Yep, everything's terrific.
Great. Hey, you want to take a walk on boardwalk tonight? See what it's doing?
Nah, I can't tonight. I'm busy.
Doing what?
I'm in a poker game.
What? I don't believe you.
Oh, really? I got a poker game tonight.
You are crazy. You are genuinely crazy. If you lose this time, I'm not sticking up for you.
If you don't tell anyone, I'll give you a present.
What kind of present?
Are you gonna tell anybody?
No, it's the presents.
Here, it's for you.
What is it?
Open it. Slower than that. Slower. Close your eyes. Now open it.
Oh my God, she's naked! You can see everything! Where'd you get this?
She's French. That's how all the girls are in Paris.
I can't believe I'm looking at this. I mean, some girls look right there and pose. Actually, just let a guy take a picture.
Nora, Laurie, time for dinner.
It belongs to this guy who owes me $2.50. I can keep it till he pays me back.
Don't pay him back.
That's my appreciation for being a good buddy.
Stanley, you ever need a favor? Just ask me.
Hey, come on, it's dinner.
I'll be up in a minute.
All right, don't leave that light on. Kate, where's Kate? Kate!
Ron, you're always running.
Yeah, it's a letter from London. My cousin showed me got out. They got out of Poland. They're free, Kate.
Oh, thank God.
His wife, his mother, all 4 children, they're sailing for New York tomorrow. They'll be here in a week.
You know,
They speak, I don't think they speak a few words, maybe, I don't know. They had to sell everything. They took only what they could carry.
Where are they gonna go?
Well, I'll speak to the family. Maybe someone Uncle Leon, someone Uncle Paul.
with us, we'll put in some extra beds. The little ones can stay with Laurie. Nora can sleep with me.
Of course, Mama.
And don't worry about the money, Pop. I'm gonna hit Mrs. Strine for that raise tomorrow.
What's important now, Stanley, is they get out. My family is free.
Eugene, we're all waiting for you.
I'm coming. I gotta write something down. October the 7th, 1937. 5:45 p.m. A triumphant moment in the life of Eugene Morris Drove. I have seen the Golden Palace of the Himalayas.